beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle. We talk about things life, love, spirituality, law of attraction, all of that juicy goodness. In this video, I want to talk about your manifestations and how you can still receive a huge manifestation even though you have resistance or blockages or maybe negative thinking. You can still receive them. Okay, so I feel like on my journey, because I'm a manifesting coach and because I guide people down this road of co-creating whatever you desire, I get brought experiences in my own life to help me then teach. So I received a large sum of money a couple weeks ago. I think it was 2 weeks ago. And it had been, let me tell you, it had been a long drought of no magic, no money coming in, just my normal money, but no extra manifestations coming in. I just felt like I was missing my magic. And I was like, all right, universe, I trust you. I know that when there's a void, something big is coming, but a little piece of me still wasn't believing it. And I was put through that situation to now teach this. So here's what happened. It was like my last big manifestation was probably around October 23rd. I received another large sum of money. And then November came, December came, the holidays, all that jazz. And I was really starting to feel like I was changing as a coach, as an intuitive reader. I felt like I was not supposed to be doing it anymore. I felt so uninspired to create videos. It was almost like the universe was like, all right, Michelle, you need to like rest and just stop doing everything because we want to bring you something new and you have to become the woman that is ready to receive it. So it didn't make sense. I was being guided. My guides were like, take 2 weeks off. I just have this intuitive thought that I'm like, I just don't want to work for 2 weeks. Like, Michelle, maybe you should do that. And I honored it and I did it. I texted all my clients. I even told them I wasn't available to text. So I was off limits. And side note, I just had an internal thought that this feels good to be back sharing this again because I feel like I've taken off. I feel like I haven't shared my manifestation stories and the magic, and that's who I am. That's what I'm all about. So, anyway, I took 2 weeks off, which ended up being 3 weeks off in December. Then January rolls around, and I'm still literally in my journal going, Michelle, what are you doing? Are you screwing up your life? There's no income coming in. Why are you canceling appointments? Why don't you feel like doing this? Well, during that break, I have a fear coach. His name is Ben Harris. He was nudging me and poking me and saying, Michelle, why do you charge what you charge? He's like, you are so valuable. He didn't say these exact words, but this is what he was implying. You're valuable. You know, you need to value your services and your offerings and your gifts. So we talked about like what my max was and where I think it was like too much. And it makes me uncomfortable to charge that much because I still want to be affordable for people. You know, like I have so many clients who are not millionaires and I love them. And I'm not saying you need to pay thousands and thousands of dollars to work with me, but I wanted to he nudged me to raise my rate. So during that time off, I was expanded. I was forced to grow and to become a newer version of myself. I was remembering more of my gifts and how special I really am. And I really make an impact. Like my coaching sessions, people's lives change after one session with me. And I was not giving it enough like weight and like realizing, wow, Michelle, you really are unlocking something. You're giving somebody the tools to figure out how to call in better things in their life. And I wasn't honoring myself. I was almost like throwing myself around, just letting everybody have a piece, which is not healthy for me. And it's not an energetic exchange. That's not what God and the universe would want for me. So I raised my rates, quickly got new clients, which was awesome. I signed up for his fear program, which is going to expand me even more. And soon as I invested in myself, I got double back. So when I paid for his course in December, I think it was December 22nd, it was a Monday. I paid for his course. It was like a leap of faith. I was like, I'm doing it. I put it on a credit card, didn't have the money at the time. I was like, I know how manifestation works. Remember, leading up to this was my biggest drought. So I literally had barely any money coming in, but I still knew the universe will provide if I take this risk, if I take this leap. So I put $2,000 on a credit card and I signed up. And literally 2 weeks later, I get a message from one of my friends who's the saleswoman for my mindfulness program. And she sent me a message that there might be a possible sale of 33 of my programs that might be in the school in the city of Phoenix, Arizona. And I did the math and I was like, oh my gosh, that's like $4,000. So that's double what I would have paid for the fear course. And it's like not a guarantee that that money is coming, but most of the time it does. So here I'm getting confirmation that's like birds before land. Money is coming, right? So that was on a Friday morning. Well, later that night is when I got a large sum of money, and it's intimate and it's private. So I don't want to share the details of it out of respect for other people in my life. But, and it wasn't like mind blowing, like this large amount of money. It's not like $50,000 or anything like that, but it's big for me. And as soon as I had that come in, it was like everything made sense. Taking off during December, it was like the universe changed me into a woman to receive that amount. It made me rest. I released all resistance. But the point of this video is to tell you that each day that I was in that unknown, I was anxious. I was not feeling good. My vibration was not high at all through December. Okay. So if you're not feeling good and if you're worried and doubtful, it's okay. It will still come. Okay. So don't get yourself into a more of an anxious state because you're anxious and then you know that your vibration needs to be higher, otherwise it won't arrive. Don't go there. Okay. I am proof now that things can come in, and those two amounts of money, the 4,000 and the larger amount, that was the same day. So it was like a tsunami of money. I was like, holy cow, what is happening in my life right now? Like, this is so cool. The drought for like 2.5 months was torturous. And I just was like, universe, where are you? I don't feel any magic. I don't feel like I can share anything or teach anything because nothing's happening in my life. And I love teaching through my experiences. Well, the universe provided some major magic all in one day. And it was January 13th, which is a Friday the 13th, and my daughter was born on a Friday the 13th. So it just felt right. It felt so good. And I had been manifesting large amounts of money out of thin air and tax-free. I would say, universe, I'm so grateful that you bring me large amounts of money, thousands and thousands of dollars, tax-free out of thin air. I just kept saying it. I kept journaling it. I kept imagining people writing me checks. I kept imagining the direct deposit coming in, and I didn't know how it was going to arrive. And I remember thinking that I wanted to take a vacation because I've been such in a drought and so exhausted, and just not wanting to work with clients because I'm just so drained. My body physically, it's like I was just sick for a month, but I wasn't really sick. I was energetically cooked. And I remember getting in the bathtub one day going, universe, please, I really want a vacation. Could you please just provide me the funds? And that was like 2 or 3 days before the large amount came on the 13th. So mind blown. I'm like, the universe, it doesn't disappoint. It is always bringing us exactly what we need when we need it. And my greatest joy in my readings is when people come to me and they're grieving a loss, they're going through a really hard time, somebody in their family has an illness, and I teach them that they can still co-create a better outcome. They can still be in that sad energy and still receive magic. We can do both. Okay, we are vibrational beings, and manifestations are happening a lot faster. So I did my journaling and my imaginal acts around December 19th, 2021, 22. That's when I was imagining somebody direct depositing the money or writing me a check or the money coming out of thin air. And then January 13th is when it arrived. So that was a short month. Normally, in my manifestation journey, it takes 6 months to manifest that large amount of money. Okay, so if I can do it in a month, you can do it too. So here are some things that I want to teach you. Number one, you can be anxious and you can be doubtful for multiple days and weeks and months. Okay, I was doubtful for 2 months. I was asking the universe, where did you go? What is going on? I don't know whether I can trust you anymore. Am I screwing up my life by not working as much as I normally am? I was still working and still receiving some money, but for those 2 or 3 weeks, I didn't work at all. And then, but you know what I did do? I was of service and I gave. So during those 2 or 3 weeks, I gave my free services. People were asking me to help them start a YouTube channel because they want to share their special gifts. I went over to another woman's house and she needed help starting her Instagram, the Lady of Light Language. She ended up bartering with me and gave me a free reading because of it. So it's like I was living this barter life and threw money out the window and was just like, I'm not doing it for money. I'm doing it because I want to help people. And that's when everything arrived. So realizing that you can have fear and doubt, give your time and energy selflessly if you have the energy to do it. I was still tipping people who were waiting on me or were at restaurants or gas station attendants, which we have here in New Jersey, and having great conversations. And the imaginal acts and the meditation and the journaling, I heightened that during that time. Okay. So if you want to call in quick, large amounts of money, you're saying that you're thankful that it's coming out of thin air. It's tax-free. You are journaling it. You're imagining it come in some way, but you're open to always. And then you're also not super worried about your vibration, throat chakra. You're very giving with your time and your energy. You're nurturing yourself. You're resting if you're getting the guidance to rest. And there was 2 more things I wanted to share with you. Oh, new habits and routines. Okay, new habits and routines. I started eating differently. I did a water fast during that time. I went to a sauna and a cold plunge. I tried hot yoga. So the week before, I'm pretty sure it was the week before I got the money is when I did all these things. It's like my vibration did rise during that time, even though I wasn't feeling good energetically. But it was like I needed to purge something. The sauna felt so good. I felt like I was just sweating out all these old versions of myself. So changing your habits and routines is the last piece of advice that I'm going to give you if you want to call in money fast. Okay. It wasn't easy for me to do that. It wasn't easy to do the water fast. So you have to step out of your comfort zone and be willing to change if you want to call in something big. And at that time, I didn't know why I was doing those things. I was observing myself driving to this yoga studio 45 minutes away, seeing animals and synchronicities and songs on the radio and billboards. It was like a red carpet of synchronicity. I'm like, what is the universe doing right now? Why does it want me going to this yoga place? And it just felt like I was in alignment. And it was like, yeah, we need you to change up your routines, Michelle. You've been stagnant. You've been not taking care of yourself the way you need to. This is going to level you up. Okay. So if you want to call in something big, you have to be willing to level up, trust your intuitive nudges. If you're being called to take off from work, to not go to events, to not do something, you have to believe the money will still come another way. Okay. I hope this video finds you well. Like, comment, subscribe, book a session with me if you want some of the magic, because I'm telling you, my clients are having so much success. The few clients that I've been working with, and I get to share all of my intimate details of my stories in my sessions. I don't share everything on YouTube, like I said, to keep my life somewhat private. And I'm not a millionaire yet. But even if I was, I probably wouldn't tell you guys. But I would just share all the magic and how it arrives and the different amounts that it arrives in. I've had 2 new clients who manifested $100,000 and another one manifested $75,000. So if you want to call in more money in your life, book a session with me. You can also book a recorded reading with me. I can pull cards for you and see what you're missing and what you're not doing in your life in order to open up your energetic field to call in the new. All right, lovies, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.